It's another random Wednesday when we're talking what's for lunch. What is up, you guys? Happy Wednesday. My name is Kira if you are new, and I am back to share today one of the most highly requested videos on my channel, and that is What's for Lunch, where I share with you guys some ideas for lunchtime that you can use for your little ones or even for yourself. Now, these are lunches that I do for my 3 children that stay home for school. My oldest, Jacob, does virtual learning here through our school district, and then I homeschool my 2 little ones. So I found these really authentic trays on Amazon, which are always linked down below in my Amazon store if you want to go ahead and check them out. But I also have a very wide variety in the description box of containers that if you do send your child to school, that you can convert any of these lunches into those containers and still give them a nice hot lunch, or cold if that be it, because my kids do both, which means I have a wide variety of things to share with you guys, as well as some of these are spring themed, which is what we're going to kind of kick off with. I did these themed lunches for my kids the week after Easter, and they love when I do things like that. So we're going to roll right into one of my themed lunches, and on this particular day I did pizza. Pizza seems to be a go-to for my kids for lunch. It's very simple, it's very basic, and again, that's something that you could easily take with your kids and send them to school. So on the side, I have a little bit of the white cheddar Pirate's Booty. All of my kids love those. My oldest and my youngest, love anything oh snap with all the pickle things. I have a pear that's been sliced. I have a Red Baron pepperoni pizza that was cut in 4s. And then this is Jacob's tray. He's not really one for pears, so he has a cup of peaches, but he has everything else that Maya has: the pizza, the pickles, the Pirate's Booty, and then all of the kids have these Little Debbie spring cakes that I got from the Dollar Tree. I thought that would be perfect for their spring themed lunches. And then you can always tell where Mason's tray is, because he's not one for pepperoni and he's not one for pickles either. So Mason had an apple instead. But that is it for my kids' lunch on this day. So for this day, I opted for doing macaroni and cheese. All of my kids love any kind of pasta dish to have for lunch, and it's also one of those things that I can easily send to school and keep warm. Now, I did do a video where I shared how to make these carrot cake cookies, so I saved some for their lunch tray. There's some Pringles there. Those are the Heavenly Hunks oatmeal squares that I get from Costco. There's an orange, and then that is the Bear Creek mac and cheese that I only seem to be able to find at Big Lots that my kids absolutely love. And so that was Jake's tray, and now the little kids, you can see, get less. So they only got one cookie, they only got one Heavenly Hunks. There are their Pringles, they got raspberries instead of an orange, and then they have a smaller portion, of course, of a mac and cheese. But again, this is a really easy go-to lunch for me, just grabbing some kind of pasta and then giving them a fruit and some kind of chippy and then a sweet treat and some kind of oatmeal thing. Like, that is definitely a win for my kids when it comes to lunch. Speaking of a win when it comes to my kids for lunch is chicken nuggets, you guys. Like, and it doesn't matter what kind. So here is Maya's tray. She just has a couple of those Chick-fil-A dupe nuggets with a little bit of ketchup. She has some celery and tomatoes with the everything hummus that I got from Target. She has a little bit of mini crackers with some sliced cheese. She has a banana, and then she has a pudding cup with a little bit of spring sprinkles. Now here is Mason's tray. He has a little bit more chicken nuggets, and he has 2 hard-boiled eggs from Easter that we dyed because the kid is literally obsessed with hard-boiled eggs. He has a cup of pears. He also has a banana, and then he also has a pudding cup with a little bit of the spring sprinkles. And then here's Jake's. Of course, he has the most nuggets out of all of them with some ketchup. He also loves hard-boiled eggs, so he has 2 of those. I have the Oh Snap in the cool beans, though. Those are like string beans that have been marinated in like that vinegar base. He has some grapes, and then he also has one of those wagon wheels that my friend Vanessa sent us from Canada. But I definitely enjoy catering to my kids and their differences on what they love, and they love when I do that for them too. So this is what they had for lunch on this day. All right, so now we're rolling into something super fun. My kids love these popcorn mixes where I just make some popcorn and then I just go ahead and throw a whole bunch of different things into it. So here is Maya's tray. I made fish sticks this day. So she has some fish sticks with ketchup. She has some applesauce. She has some strawberries. She has these little birthday cake cookies. These are the birthday cake bunny grams from Annie's, and they are amazing. And then she has the popcorn mix, and in it I put some Peeps cereal, I put some M&Ms, I put some colored marshmallows, I put some popcorn, and maybe a couple of white chocolate chips, and it was just like the perfect little mix. And Jake's is pretty much the same thing, except he got peaches instead, and of course he got a little bit more of the fish sticks than everybody else. But my kids loved this lunch. I even was going to put the cookies in the snack mix, but I decided to separate them. But literally the kids talked and raved, and all of them licked and cleaned their plates, and I love when that happens. All right, here's another one of those days where I completely catered to my kids, to their specific needs, because everybody loves something different. So on this day, Mason really wanted peanut butter and jelly. So this is Maya's plate. She got peanut butter and jelly. She got a couple of slices of cheese with tomatoes. She got some pineapple left over from our kebabs. She got some everything but the bagel chips from Trader Joe's, and then ketchup chips from my friend Vanessa in Canada. And then that is a little Rice Krispie treat that I made out of that Peeps cereal. So now here is Mason. So he had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with that Peeps Rice Krispie treat, but he has a pear because he's not one for veggies. He has a hard-boiled egg with 2 slices of cheese, and then instead of chips, he got those white cheddar Pirate's Booty. And then now here is Jake. So Jake wanted one of his little meals. That's his buffalo mac and cheese banquet bowl. So he had that with some pepper jack cheese slices and tomatoes. He had an orange. He had some of those Snack Factory Everything pretzel crisps. And then, of course, he also had one of those Rice Krispie Peeps cereal treats. But again, when I can get my kids to eat all of their lunch because I cater to their specific needs, it really makes this mama's heart happy, because they'll pick on that tray all day until it's all gone. So here's again another one of those days where pretty much everybody's different, and mom's good for that, and I'm totally okay with that. So we're going to start off with Maya, and she wanted me to make her a peanut butter and jelly, but it had to be different than the day before. So I made her her own little Uncrustable. I just cut the crust off a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then just used a fork to seal the sides. Maya loved it. She had some Pringles, one of those chocolate chip heavenly hunks from Costco. She had a pear, and then she also had one of those fruit strips in the Wildsberry. We still have a few of them miscellaneous hanging around that I get from Aldi. So now here is Mason's tray. He had one of those strips, and he also had Pringles with one of those heavenly hunks granola bars. But he had an apple, and then he had a chicken sandwich. So I have some whole wheat buns that I found at the Dollar Tree, and then a chicken patty that I just get the great value kind from Walmart. I use them for lunches. He gets a little ketchup, and he is good to go. Now for Jake's, I did his a little bit different, and I soaked his in buffalo sauce, and I made like a buffalo chicken sandwich with a side of ranch. He has chips, 2 of those heavenly hunks, a peach cup, and then he also has some of those Arizona iced tea fruit flavored gummies that I found at the Dollar Tree that I gave him for Easter. And that was the kids' lunch on this day. All right, you can tell that chicken nuggets is definitely a staple for my kids, and something that I can always get in them when I don't have any other ideas for my kids for lunch. So this is Jake's tray. As I mentioned, he always gets more chicken nuggets than everybody else, and he has a side of ketchup. He has a peach cup. He's been totally digging them, and my girlfriend gives them to me all of the time. So I always have a backup in my fridge for him. I have one of those wagon wheels from Canada. I have some cheese sticks, and then I have some of those sour raisins that my old neighbor gave me a cases of a while ago, and I still have a ton of them, and I just give them to Jake periodically. So he loves that. And then on this tray is, I believe this is Mason's. Yep, there's a pear cup. So he has a little bit less chicken nuggets than Jake, but he has one of those wagon wheels, a cheese stick, the very last of our pure layered fruit bars that I get from Costco, and then he has a pear fruit cup as his fruit. And then here's Maya's. You can always tell hers because she just doesn't eat a whole lot, so the less chicken nuggets for her, the better. So she just has a few chicken nuggets with ketchup. She also has a wagon wheel and a cheese stick, but her fruit was applesauce. And then that is one of those layered fruit bars in the pink, I think it's raspberry lemonade. My kids really, really enjoy them. They're kind of pricey, but there's so many in the box, and I only give them to my kids like once or twice a week, so they'll literally last us for a month. So my kids love the fruit sticks, and I don't mind giving them to them. So that was it for this day. Now on this day, I'm going to pretty much say that this was like a leftover day where everybody took something different just to appease themselves. So starting up here at the top, Jake went ahead and took himself some of that gnocchi, the Sorrentino. That's the red sauce kind I get from Trader Joe's. He had some Duke sticks, some grapes. The kids were finishing off those Rice Krispie treats with the Peeps cereal. And then Jake asked for M&Ms, like just straight M&Ms. He was dying to finish the leftover like spring M&Ms that we had, so I just went ahead and gave him a sprinkle on the side of his plate. But that was it for Jake. And then for Maya, she absolutely loved the chicken sausage that we got from Trader Joe's. We did hot dogs, chicken sausage, and mac and cheese one night, and she wanted the leftovers the next day. So she has a chicken sausage with mac and cheese. She has a sprinkle of M&Ms, a cheese stick. She has some grapes, and then she also has those Rice Krispie treats. And so for Mason, the night before that, we had meatballs, and the kid was just all about meatballs. He's obsessed with meatballs. So I had to make sure that the last two meatballs went to my boy. So he has the leftovers of the meatballs with a little bit of sauce, a sprinkle of M&Ms, some grapes, a cheese stick, and like I said, the kids have finished off the Rice Krispie treats that I made. That is a really awesome hack, you guys. Rice Krispie treats can pretty much be made with any kind of cereal, and it really just switches things up for my kids. So just an FYI on that. But okay, we're at our very last lunch, and this was kind of like a lunchable kind of picky plate, again catered to each kid. So this one was Jacob's plate. He wanted a couple of regular crackers, but he also wanted like Cheez-It kind of crackers, so I have that up there up top for him with a cheese stick, some slices of turkey. He has a peach fruit cup, a strawberry Nutri-Grain bar. He has 3 Duke sticks, and then he absolutely loves the Trader Joe's peanut butter and jelly snack duo. It's like a crispy peanut butter wafer crackers with this raspberry jelly that you dunk into it, and he gets so excited when I give those to him. So all the kids have one of those. Here is Maya's tray. So she has that with a cheese stick, some Cheez-Its, pepperoni, a pear cup, a raspberry Nature's Fig Bakery bar, and she has a peaches and cream yogurt from Trader Joe's. And so here's Mason's tray. He has that PB&J duo with the mango and cream yogurt, and then he has a raspberry fig bar, some pears, a cheese stick, some of those white cheddar Cheez-Its, and then he has some turkey, which he told me he loved the turkey. I feel like he's been resistant on trying it, but he really loved it this time, and that's what we get from Sam's Club. So I'll definitely be grabbing more lunch meat the next time I go, because all of my kids have been enjoying that as well. But that, you guys, is it for another What's for Lunch video. If we brought you any kind of lunch inspiration, make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. If you have any comments about what you should feed your picky eater, or any ideas on what to send your kids for lunch, or if you have an idea of something you want my kids to try, make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you guys. I love you guys guys so, so much. Subscribe if you are new, because I do a what's for lunch video at least once a month here on the channel. For everybody else, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.